Hey YouTube, Film Geek here. Today I'm talking about the 1994 film, Cabin Boy.
You, old man. Look, I am in desperate need of assistance.
Well, what's on your mind, little girl?
I realize that you are most likely the product of lower-class inbreeding, but perhaps you could help me.
Oh, gosh, I certainly hope so.
I have been wandering this dreary village in hopes of finding the Queen Catherine. You wouldn't have any idea where she might be docked, would you?
You know what you are? You're one of those little, fancy lads, aren't you? Boy, you're cute.
Cabin Boy is written and directed by Adam Resnick and is starring Chris Elliott. It tells the story of a fancy lad who ends up getting on the wrong ship. You see, he was supposed to get on a luxury liner that was headed to a Hawaiian destination, but instead he ends up going on a fishing vessel that's off to some kind of weird fantasy world. Cabin Boy was filmed on a budget of $10 million, and it ended up only making about $3.7 million at the box office. I'm happy to say that I was part of that $3.7 million. Of course, once the movie hit VHS and later on DVD, it gained a pretty good sized cult following. Critics had absolutely no idea what to make of this movie. Most of them just thought it was extremely weird and just a niche comedy that would probably find some kind of life out there in a much more culty audience. The movie is currently sitting on Rotten Tomatoes at a 46%, which is actually, in my opinion, kind of high for a movie that's this weird. Cabin Boy was such a flop in theaters that it did actually affect the careers of both Chris Elliott and Adam Resnick. Now, Chris Elliott has gone on to kind of take over as the weird guy in Hollywood, as you can see in movies like Scary Movie 2 or Something About Mary. Adam Resnick, however, has gone on to never direct another film again, but he does still write movies and some TV shows. One of his more notable films that he wrote was the Robin Williams, Ed Norton-led film Death to Smoochie. So what do I like about this movie? Well, first off, I really dig the universe this film is in. It's not quite reality. As I said, this is some kind of strange fantasy world, and the best way I could possibly describe this film is that Cabin Boy is almost a Homer's Odyssey kind of story. This movie is also just absolutely packed full with quotable lines.
These pipes are clean!
The look and feel of this film does have a little bit of Tim Burton style to it, but not enough to really think that this was a Tim Burton movie. There's some just really oddball things in this film that I just love about it. Like, there's a storm at sea, and it's these two, guys that are painted that look just really awful, but then there's parts of this film that look really great. The sets are really awesome. To explain a little bit more of the weirdness in the film, alright? So Chris Elliott's character's love interest, he literally fishes from the sea. No, she's not a mermaid. No, she is a normal person who just so happens to be swimming around the world. He sees her in the ocean, thinks she's drowning, so he fishes her out. And seriously, that's the kind of weird random crap that happens in this movie, and I freaking love it for it. If you're interested in checking out Cabin Boy, you can find it for rent right now on YouTube and Google Movies. Also, too, a special edition Blu-ray also has been released. I don't know much about it. I've kind of looked into it. It's definitely something that I'm thinking about putting in my collection. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for notifications so you know when I put another one of these videos up. And of course, as I always say, folks, keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.